At first, we had to rent a hotel in Ipswich as I looked for somewhere to live and for work. It was the second week when I found there was a bedsit in Beccles. Yes, it was in a large house with, I think there were 6 more tenants. We would share the toilets, the bathroom, the kitchen, and the living area. But we had our own room, which was very nice and pleasant. Immediately, I started looking for work. I would scan the newspapers every day to find something. I applied for many jobs. I had letters back thanking me for my application, but no interviews. A friend of mine told me, he said that if you go down to the Job Centre Plus offices, you can get onto their database. And if a vacancy comes up, they will let you know about it immediately. The first time I went down there, I was told to take a ticket from the machine and wait until my number clicked up. It was number 27. Oh, I had to wait for almost 2 hours. When it was my turn, I went up to speak to the woman. I asked her about the database. She asked me about my residency. I explained my situation. And then she kept asking me all other questions and questions. When did you apply to come into the country? When did you get your letter back? What time did you come here? How long have you been living in that accommodation? When did you leave the hotel? Questions and questions and questions. And when I had to think, because I wanted to answer rightly, she got all impatient and started to make all noises, tutting all the time, making large sighs. She said to me, no, forget that. Just take this application and fill it out at home. You can either send it, you can either bring it back in, or you can post it in the stamped address envelope. When I went up again, I had to wait for about half an hour this time. When it was my turn, I went over to the desk. It was the same woman I saw before. I gave it to her. I said, this is my application. It is all completed. She looked at it. And as she looked at it, she started to turn the pages and started to shake her head. She said, this is all wrong. This is all wrong. You have filled it out wrong. You forgot this question and this question. You have to go and do it again. I said, please, can you help me? If we can sit down together and go through all the questions, we can do it as quick as we can. She said, no. I have no time to do that for you. I have no time. You have to go away, fill it out and bring it back in. I said, please, can you help me? Please. She said, do not shout. I said, I'm not shouting. It is just my accent. She said, you people think you can come in here and get help without filling out the forms. I said, you people? She said, I mean, people think they can come in here, fill out the forms, and not fill out the forms and get help. You people. I know what she meant. I said, please, can you help me? Please help me fill it out. She went, okay. She got another application form. She said, what is your name? I said, Robert Matalezi Abuyu. I watched her write my name. I had to tell her how to spell my surname because she did not know. She wrote it out. She wrote it out. And then I said, no, you need a hyphen. You need a hyphen in between Matalezi and Abuyu. You have got it wrong. She said, she looked at me. She looked down and she wrote this symbol. This symbol. I said, no, that is not a hyphen. A hyphen is just a dash. She looked at me again, went all red. She said, if you want to do it yourself. Rip the application in two. And then I took the one I brought back in and went. I sat at home and I did it properly. I swear it was all done really neat and nice, and I answered all the questions I should have answered. I said I'm going to take it back into her again. And I went up the steps and I walked into the room. I took a ticket. The woman I saw before, she picked up her telephone and started talking in her telephone. I sat down and waited. As I was waiting, a security guard came upstairs. He walked over to me at first, looked at me, and then walked over and stood at the window, just looking at me like this, just looking at me, nodding his head. I thought he was trying to intimidate me, but I was going to wait. So I waited. When it was my turn, I went up and saw another woman. It wasn't the same woman as before. It was another one. I went up and I gave her my application form. She again said, this is all wrong. This is all wrong. You have not done it right. She said, you have to go and do it again. I said, no, please, can you just help me? And then at that point, the security guard came over to me. And he's pointing at my face in front of everyone. He said, if you do not calm down, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. And I said, I'm not doing anything. I just want some help to fill out the forms. And he grabbed hold of me. He pulled me over to the door in front of everyone. He said, come on, you are going. He took me over to the door. Took me downstairs and threw me out. He said, do not come back, because if you do, I will call the police. You see, so I do not know what to do. The way she spoke to me, the way he treated me. Please, can you help me? What can I do? What can I do?
You, up to the table, please. Up to the table. Why have you still got your baggage with you?
I'm sorry.
Never mind, come on. Right. What is your name?
Kasia Kowalski.
And where have you travelled from today?
Poland.
And did you travel alone? Whose suitcase is that?
My husband.
You travelled with your husband. Where is he?
He went to find out what's going on.
Indeed. Suitcase on the table, please. Now, I understand you are coming into this country as a migrant worker, is that correct?
Yes, correct.
And your husband too?
Yes.
He's not much of a husband, is he? Abandoning you like that, and in a security zone too. He should be more protective. What with the baby and all.
How do you know this?
We know everything, Mrs. Kowalski. We know that you are 2 months pregnant.
I'm sorry, my husband. We need to find him.
Excuse me. One to find Bob. Yeah, Polish, male. Thank you. Yeah, they do, don't they? Thank you. Right. Let's have a look in your case. Did you pack this case yourself?
Yes.
Can you identify this?
I don't believe it.
No?
This is so weird.
Yes.
How did it get in here? I lost it years ago. I remember like yesterday. I cried for days and my father burned it on the fire.
He burnt it on the fire. And did you forgive him?
What's the point of asking that?
Mrs. Kowalski, please do not raise your voice. I did not bring this item in here.
Neither did I.
Well, if you want to get rid of it, you can leave it here.
But I don't understand what is doing here.
Mrs. Kowalski, this is your suitcase. Yes, this is the case in which you brought all the things with you from Poland. Maybe there was some stuff here you weren't aware of.
What do you mean?
Everyone who comes through here, Mrs. Kowalski, has baggage. Baggage of all shapes and sizes. People bury stuff, you see, until something comes along to bring it back up to the surface. A major life-changing event, a death of a loved one, the oncoming child, as it were. Our job is merely to let you recognise what brought you here, what you want to take with you on your journey, and what you want to leave. None of it is lost or discarded. It remains here until people come to find it again.
Why are you doing this?
Well, I'm an official, Mrs. Kowalski. It's my job. Actually, to tell you the truth, I only do it in the hope of finding my own baggage along the way. Right. We must find your husband. Take your case. And as for you, ladies and gentlemen, you will be remaining here. Our security staff will tell you what to do next, where to go, but your little name badges should have colours on, and those colours correspond to a table. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I shall be seeing you later. Thank you. This way, please. This way. Out of my way, please. This way. Very important. Thank you.
I was a tradesman, a steel carpenter. But I had to take a laboring job even though I had qualifications. My image of England was all changing. All my dreams and hopes was all crumbling. I seen the sign outside. It said public bar, not color bar. There was silence. You see, at times like that, we usually stick together and stand up for our rights. But on that occasion, my friend said to me, Augustus, let me go across the road and have a cup of tea and